Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, welcome. Welcome. I don't know if I sound, kind of exhausted to you. I'm very exhausted. I'm very, very exhausted. I got a total of 4.5 hours of sleep. Yeah, I got a total of 4.5 hours of sleep, and that was and I woke up approximately 32 minutes ago. It's been a confusing 24 hours. A very confusing 24 hours. This will just happen occasionally. I'm sure I'm not the only one that deals with this. But I'll be perfectly fine. Great sleep schedule, nothing stopping me, and then one day my eyes just like, hey, what if I just don't sleep? My brain is just like, hey, what if we don't sleep tonight? What if we just don't sleep? And it's really annoying, man. It's really annoying. Oof. It just This has been a very, very, very weird week. I don't know. If it's not one thing, it's another thing this week that's gone on. But yeah, we're back. We're doing some more Fallout stuff. Very excited to be doing some more Fallout stuff after the stream yesterday. I went on and took care of a couple of things. Nothing crazy. I ended up not building out the graveyard. Instead, I did some prep work for a couple of other settlements. I went on over to Jamaica Plain, a mod for which I have a mod that expands the Jamaica Plain build site to the entire town of Jamaica Plain, which is really nice. It actually gives us something we can do. And I didn't build anything over there. I just went ahead and deleted all of the. I've got scrap. I've got one of the scrap mods. And I just deleted all of the debris. We've still got broken buildings, and I left those there so that we've got a reference for what the building is supposed to look like. And then when we go back, we can rebuild that building, and in exactly the right place, which will be fun. Well, it'll be fun for me. But that's for later. We are going to be building out the castle, some more of the castle. We've been doing a lot of stuff for the castle. I'm kind of stalling because I'm opening everything at the same time. I woke up about 35 minutes ago, and I spent most of that time prepping, but clearly not enough. And then I took care of a couple miscellaneous missions for the Brotherhood. I have not been to the Institute yet, and I have to. And if I want to finish the game. If I want to finish the game with the Brotherhood, the Minutemen, and the Railroad all saved, I have to go with the Minutemen. And I have not been back to Sanctuary in this game save since I first sent my Minutemen there, or the remnants of the Quincy Minutemen. That's the last time. That is the very last time that I've ever been to Sanctuary in this save. Which is not the greatest idea. Not the greatest idea. Because when I go back, they're gonna have like 300 things for me to do, and I don't want to do that right now. I really don't. Genuinely, the Brotherhood have the fewest requirements for you to actually do anything to join them. They like seriously, they're the most. The Brotherhood are the most open to helping you as a faction, and I don't understand why the Minutemen aren't the most open to helping you. Their whole thing is about being helpful. Their whole thing is about being prepared at a minute's notice. You know? I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like the game's not well written. Anyway, oh man, that's a whole discussion. All right, here we are. So, for those of you who have not seen the previous VOD, I do suggest going and watching that. You can find that on my VODs channel on YouTube, CN Games. But for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, yesterday, we built out the first Commonwealth Chapel. First Commonwealth Chapel. I think that's the name I'm going with. I think that's the name I'm going with, is the First Commonwealth Chapel. This beauty. I was very happy to be able to build this. It looks awesome. It looks awesome, man. And we did detail the interior. We did detail the interior. We have almost exclusively candlelit we have an almost exclusively candlelit interior. Can you tell I'm a bit tired? Okay. So the one thing I did add after the stream was the door, because I realized, man, we didn't put a door. So you enter, and this is the whole space. It is beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this came out as good as it did. I had no expectations. I had absolutely no expectations for what this was going to look like. But it came out beautifully. This is what I meant by almost exclusively lit. We've got some lights up there. They don't actually really do anything to bring light into the room, which I like. I really do. It's just enough. They don't do anything to bring in a ton of light, and then the only real bright light source we've got is just focused up here on the cross, which I'm surprised that I came up with that. I am surprised that I came up with that and was not expecting it to work. Not at all expecting it to work. So we've got a bunch of votive prayer candles back here. We've got a bunch of different religious artwork on the walls, as well as at the very back. We've got metal signs of the Ten Commandments, kind of an important thing to remind people of in the post-apocalypse, many of whom would not have remembered even the concept of the Ten Commandments. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Although we do have confirmation, which is actually kind of a bold move for games to do in the West in the modern age. We have confirmation through the Point Lookout DLC for Fallout 3 that Christianity, specifically Catholicism, because the person we speak to comes from a monastic tradition, or was raised in a monastery. Christianity is definitely still alive. It is cloistered. It is held off, but it is still alive, and thriving in its own small communities, which is really cool. It's really cool. I mean, look, if Christianity has survived 2,000 years and survived the intense persecution of like 100 different world powers at one point or another, I'm fairly certain it would survive a nuclear apocalypse. That's my whole point about building this church out, has been specifically that. There's no good reason Christianity would not survive a nuclear apocalypse if it had survived 2,000 years of persecution in various countries. Not every country at all times. Obviously, in the West, we have a very charitable view. Historically, we have a very charitable view of Christianity. But that was not an easy fight to win. Now, I did my best, being that I myself am not Catholic. I did my best to create a post-apocalyptic Catholic sort of vibe for this. None of it was meant. If there's anything I did in this that's wrong, it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. It was not meant to be, taking a jab at Catholics at all. No, Boston has a particularly strong Catholic community. Massachusetts as a whole, I would say the New England territory, the New England region of the United States as a whole has a particularly strong Catholic community. But Boston especially. So my whole thought with this is that I was trying to be as genuine about it as I possibly could. The difficulty is that while Boston has a particularly strong Catholic community, all of the churches that you find in this game are Protestant churches. They have so many elements of them that are very clearly Protestant elements. High church Protestantism for sure, whether it's Lutheran or Presbyterian or one of the historic Protestant traditions, but it's a very it's a very Protestant Boston, which is simply not an accurate story of what Boston looks like. So I had to pull a lot of reference images, and I had to really figure out how to work with what I've got. For instance, this tabernacle back here, this is literally just the cabinets that you can get that you can place down in any other place for like a kitchen. I just turn it around so that you don't see the handles. It works. It certainly fits the theme I'm going for here, but I wish that wasn't necessary. I wish it did just work, the old Todd Howard bit. Ooh, who do we have here? Is this a new settler? Oh no, that's not a new settler. That's one of the hairdressers. Why are you all the way out there? What are you doing? Yeah, well, you're not working. Are you saying that you should not eat? Whatever. Okay, so that's the first 13 minutes of our day gone. Let's go here. All right, so we have to build out a graveyard for this chapel. Got to build out a graveyard, and we're going to do some miscellaneous decorations around the castle space. I don't have, other than the graveyard, I don't have any one particular theme that we're going for today. One particular object that we're hyper fixating on, like we enjoy doing. Whatever our hyper fixation is. Oh, so as I was saying earlier, thank you guys so much for making the VODs, as successful as they've been. It means the world to me that you guys would watch 3 hours of a dude being hyper detailed about the placement of objects, going so far as to use console commands to move them unit by unit, let alone. What would this would be episode 8, so we'd be talking an entire 24-hour day's worth of content. That means the world to me. It's wild, absolutely wild. All right, I'm still very impressed with the imposing size of the First Commonwealth Chapel here. Very impressed with the size, which is. Definitely what she said. All right, so let me see if I can remember where the specific settlement objects we're looking for are. We've got decorations, miscellaneous, mortality. I know we've got some gravestones, but I'm looking. I need the dirt mounds. That's specifically what I need for this. Would it be in miscellaneous? Probably no. I don't think it would be in miscellaneous. Homemaker. Not furniture. Decorations. Maybe back here. Ah, yes. Okay. Nice. Man, I got lucky with that one. That was our second look. Okay. So for the graveyard, I'm thinking we go over. Realistically, the only section that doesn't need to be a graveyard in this zone The only section that doesn't need to be a graveyard is you know, we need a bit of a path for people to get to and from the chapel. But that path doesn't need to be the path. It's not required that the path is like is specifically laid out. I don't need to go ahead and like create a brick path for it. No, I can put a path together in the negative spaces. There's a specific term I'm looking for, and I can't seem to find the term. Once again, very, very exhausted. Particularly exhausted today. All right, I think we're going to start back here. Both of you, what is going on? Why? What? You guys just decided not to go to work today? Whatever. I mean, same, but still. Ooh, that's interesting, actually. Hold on, I'll tell you guys what's interesting in just a second. So this takes up the total amount of space that we take up here is approximately one block's width, or width or length, because they're squares. So 1 block's width of space here is approximately what we take up. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just sort of line those up back to back to back, all the way down the section. Oh, I love this. I love this. It's so nice when it actually works. Thank you, Todd Howard, for it just working. It means the world to me that it does just work. Alright, go back here. I don't expect that this will take us an hour to complete. I really don't. Especially if we're diligent about this. So we might actually be able to get a lot of things done today, which would be so nice. It would be so nice to get stuff done at any point today, honestly. It'd be nice for me to have a day where I get things done this week. It's been a really very strange week. All right. And And then yeah, we can use this line as an example for where to line up a second row next to it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, again, it it doesn't need to be a massive graveyard. The idea is that everyone who's buried here at the First Commonwealth Chapel is a veteran of the Minutemen. Many of whom would have passed during the events, during the last battle of, or during the destruction of the Institute. That's the idea. But much like an Arlington cemetery sort of scenario, everyone buried here is an important state official or a sorry, or a member of the military. Yeah, I gotta move this back a little bit more. Do I have the room? Oh, I've got plenty of room. What am I thinking? You good there? Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. Line's a little wonky. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But it's a little wonky. Just the slightest bit. Gotta say, big fan of the having done some Brotherhood missions yesterday. Big fan of the Brotherhood Radiant quests that allow you to bring like 10-year-old squires along on extermination missions. I mean, come on. What do you Bethesda, what do you mean by this? Alright, and we can go one more. We'll count them up afterwards. Nice. Okay, we've got 7. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Essentially, we've got 1 for every block of the foundation up to a point. Cool. All right, we can do at least 1 more line in this section, maybe 2, but I think we'll stick with the 1. I don't know. I'll see how it looks. I'll see how it looks. If I enjoy the look of 2 instead of 1, we'll go for that. That means we'd have 21 instead of 14 graves here. Would that work? That might work. I don't know. That might work. But now what I can do... Hello, come on. Come here. There we go. But now we can just go and place all the gravestones, and then come back and do our little finagling for the graves themselves. Yeah, it's gonna be 2. It's not gonna be 3. Definitely gonna be 2. With the amount of space we have here, definitely gonna be 2. I don't want to make it look like the Mount of Olives. Which, if you guys have actually seen what the Mount of Olives looks like today, the idea is that everyone is going to be so the idea in the Jewish tradition, as it was explained to me when I went to visit Israel, is that everyone buried on the Mount of Olives is going to be essentially the first group of people to be resurrected during the end times. Which I don't really remember the biblical reference for that, specifically in reference to the Mount of Olives. But I'll definitely have to go back and check. But it's such an important part of the overall culture that you had, like, the entire Mount of Olives. Specifically the section facing the Temple Mount, or the Temple Mound, but the Mount of Olives as a whole is just filled, absolutely filled with graves. With graves. It almost looks apocalyptic in itself, which is kind of wild. Odd visual glitch, but okay. It's not just me. It's not just my eyes going crazy because I haven't slept. It's not the sleep paralysis demon. It's the game. I wonder how much. Okay, so if you're watching this on the VOD, go ahead and comment if you've actually had an encounter with a sleep paralysis demon. Let me know. Let me know. It's always something that's interested me. Because I haven't. And by all accounts, I probably should have, given my horrendous sleep schedule for a long time. And what a lack of sleep can do to the human body. I definitely should have encountered a sleep paralysis demon, but I haven't. I do count myself lucky, because I don't know how I would cope with that, really. All right. Nice. Nice. All right. Well, that'll hopefully be the blueprint for how we do the rest of these graves here. I'm not going to try and go for one on this edge, just because the edge is so narrow. But man, that's awesome. It works. It worked wonderfully over here. And we can go back in later, maybe add some ambient lighting elements. I don't know. Something cool. Something cool. Yes. So I could continue. I could continue with our graves facing this way, or I guess technically facing this way because your head is going to be at the graves. Whatever. Point is, I could continue with graves this direction, or I could start going. I could continue having graves parallel. There we go. Parallel to the chapel. Or I could have them. I could start making them perpendicular to the chapel itself. I don't know. I imagine it would be easier to make them parallel because I can have them parallel to this retaining wall instead of having them parallel to the chapel, and if I have them parallel to this retaining wall, then it's less of a hassle when I have to go and place them. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because these at least have a set block pattern that I can very easily follow instead of like 3 or 4 blocks intertwined over here, like all these. So yeah, I think I'm going to have the graves parallel to the retaining wall. Hey, my man. You know, as much trouble as this guy causes me, I appreciate his devotion to the faith. I really do. I want to get the shot. Come on, sit down. There you go. That looks so good, man. That looks so good. That's all I wanted. I just wanted that shot. With this lighting, beautiful. But we are going to set it back to morning. There we go. So if I go and try and preset all of these blocks... Actually, yeah, that might be a great way to do it. Wow. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised that... Although I shouldn't be. I really shouldn't be surprised because these blocks... Like, the format of the retaining wall... the retaining wall railing... post and railing actually does fit. I shouldn't be surprised about this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too tired to see the writing on the wall for this kind of stuff. If that's even the right it's probably not even the right allegory. Alright, do I want to go for one more? Nah, I think that would just feel a little too crowded at that point, you know? A little bit. A little bit too crowded. Alright, so if I go like this, can I now? Ooh, almost. There we go. Granted, these graves right up against the retaining wall are probably the most, or rather the least likely to suffer any ill effects. They're probably just fine being right up against that retaining wall. Now, if any damage happens to the retaining wall, the The bones might start spilling out, but we're gonna hope that that doesn't happen. We're gonna hope and pray that doesn't happen. Thoughts and prayers, you know? Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, we'll go for one more. No, I will do another. I will do another. Yeah, because we already have to cut one down over here. It would look weird. It'd look weird if I didn't put another. And we'll go up to about here at the stairs, and then we'll work from there. We'll figure something else out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's coming along pretty well so far. Coming along pretty well. So I opted for the obelisk instead of the other gravestones. Only because, first, I can't read anything that's on there. I'm not supposed to be able to read anything that's on there. Like, that is very deliberately not in English. And they've just got really weird... Yeah, they're either, like, mostly destroyed, or they've got the weird skull and crossbones thing that's like, that doesn't seem very thematic. Oh, my man's was in there for a while. Good for you. Good for you. Contemplating your soul. Happy about that. Nice to see. Very nice to see my settlers caring about their souls. Although that's very much just me being happy about it. I'm definitely placing a certain level of I'm certainly placing a certain level of sentience on literally an NPC, but it's nice. There we go. I think I'm gonna go like that. Only on the base stairs, so that we don't have that dirt showing through. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, very distracted, clearly. Just very happy with the work. Very happy with the work that's getting done here. And we're only 45 minutes in? Shh, we're never this productive. Something's up. We're not supposed to be this productive at all. Oh yeah, that certainly looks like a tighter row than it really is. There should be enough room to walk. Not as much, not as spacious as this section over here, but there should be plenty of room to walk. Should not be a concern. We'll try for one more down here. We'll try for it. It's worth a shot. Worth a shot. Yeah, never mind. That's not gonna work. Kind of wanted it to, but oh well. And I don't want to spend too much time trying to finagle it in there because it just won't look the same. And even just logistically, now that I'm thinking about it, why and how would someone be buried right in this corner? Right in this corner. And come on. I don't know what the official rulings for how far apart grave markers are supposed to be, if that's even a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. Legally. It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know. Nice. Yeah, definitely a tighter row than over there. But I think it fills out the space pretty well. We'll go one more row. We'll go one more row because we can make it down here for one more row. And I think that'll be all for the currently occupied graves, all right? We'll go one more row. 714 Oh, wow. Okay, so we do have 28. All right. We do have 28 currently. That's right. The first one's got 8 of them, and then we had to cut down on either end. Well, not the first one. The first one on this wall has 8 of them, and we had to cut down on either end. Okay. Okay, so we're currently sitting with 28. We'll bring that up to 35. Bring that up to 35. Or 34, really. Because again, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get too close to the actual chapel itself. Okay. Can I make one more down here? Ooh, we're so close. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do for the grave markers. Do I want to go and place flowers on them? I don't think I need to... No, not right now. Not right now. I don't think we'll place flowers on them right now. What we need to do, because we've got a lot going on, what we really need to do is we need to figure out two things. One, where are my wandering traders going to be posted? Where are they going to be posted? Where are they going to be posted? It shouldn't be too hard. I'm not going to be doing a ton of things for the wandering traders. I'm going to set up little posts for them to come to, because I like having wandering traders visit my town or any of my settlements. And two, what the hell are we doing with this section back here? I'm happy with the placement of the vertibird helipad, or vertibird landing pad, even though it has the letter H on it, so it's a helipad. Very happy with this. This is fine, and I like the lights around it. What are we doing with everything else back here? I mean, come on. What else? What else are we doing back here? I need to figure something out. Back here. This is a military installation. Yes, we have Veteran Village at the front. That is a very exclusive club. Very exclusive club. So what are we doing with this section back here? How is this going to turn out? We've got a little bit of bleed over for this section. We got the firing range, which is awesome. We only ever have one person at it at a time, though. Also, these markers are invisible when I'm out of build mode. But we've only ever got one person here at a time. And we should have two. I have a screenshot of it. We've got two. We got two people over. We got two people over there. But I don't know what we're doing with this stuff down here. I have no idea what we're doing. I have no idea, man. We got 2 hours to figure it out. Because I can't believe it took... Well, I also was yapping for a while. But I can't believe it took us an hour to place a bunch of graves. A bunch of gravestones. Or markers. Grave markers and graves. I can't believe it took us an hour to do this. Man, that should not have been that difficult. Ooh, hello. Hello, Corner. What's up with you? I'm also looking at a mod that very tentatively, I'm looking at a mod that allows me to turn all of Diamond City into a settlement, which would be wild. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll work, and I don't want to ruin everything else, but it'd be hilarious if it did. Hmm. There we go. Okay, I must have accidentally pressed insert at some point. There we go. No more weird corner. Very nice. Very nice. I really did consider just completely removing the natural contours of this section like I had done with all these other sections, but you gotta keep something, man. You gotta keep some amount of natural landscape here. I've done so much remodeling and landscaping. You gotta keep some amount of natural landscape. It just, you have to. You have to. Just wouldn't look the same. I mean, it already doesn't look the same. It already looks significantly more lived in, and gives us a significantly larger amount of build space that doesn't have to worry about. Ooh, but there's water. All right. So what I'm going to be doing for this, yeah, we're going services, vendors. Yeah, we're just going to be placing a bunch of these. Like 3 or 4. I just need to figure out where I want to place them, you know? And can I even... Excuse me, why can't I place you? Hello? So you'll place there. But you won't... Momentarily wants to place. No? Okay, why is that? Let's figure this out. Why are you the way that you are? Let's see. If I were to go in here, into barn floors, I believe it's barn floors. No, it's warehouse floors. The ones that have the nice looking, not that, where is it? It's back here. Oh, was it barn? Well, there you go. No, it wasn't. Come on, now I look insane. More than usual. But still. Definitely not in here, right? No, definitely not. I mean, we could try one of the snappy floors. I like the snappy floors. Ah, it actually has to snap to a floor, not a piece of landscaping. Okay, I see. No. I don't want to... We'll try with just this. We'll try with just the nice, clean, snappy floors. See what we can do. If anything. Probably nothing, but we'll see. Ooh, hello. Hi there. Look at that. We got one. Okay, we'll probably only be able to get like 3, but still. That's better than none. Alright, yeah, we'll go for one more. Oh, come on. Yeah, we'll go like that. Apologies. Very, very distracted about making this look a certain way. Yeah, we'll go with 3. We'll go with 3. We don't need a 4th. We don't need a 4th. In fact, I'm gonna go like, because we got the 1 extra, I'll go like that. Oh. There we go. Get some materials out of it. I know I'm in God mode for this because this is not meant to be a completely legit playthrough. This is meant to more be an artistic exercise than anything. But it's worth checking out. Ooh, okay. So, before I forget, we have the settlement markers. I love these settlement markers. These were the ones I used for target practice. These are the ones that are set down over there that anyone should be able to use, and so far I've only been able to assign 2 people, which is really 1 person to them. And then we've got other animation markers. Leisure area, dancing, you know, someone winning, people clapping about things. We got a spectator for something. Sitting. Bunch of different sitting. Door kicking, which I think is hilarious. I think it's hilarious. It would also be very interesting. We could probably set up like a little set piece that's one of my Minutemen trying to break into something. We got chalk drawing. small and large. These are animations that kids can use. I mean, any settler, but you know, kids specifically. And we got some more guard markers. We got targets. We got kids only markers. And kids specifically doing things, which is cool. In case we've got a bunch of kids in the settlement, which we don't. And then furniture that actually come with animations of their own, like the gong, which is cool. The crate, standing and selling newspapers. Hospital gurney, which I could replace the gurney that we've got in the actual med center. Specifically a kid's bed, which is wonderful because whenever we get Sean, it's gonna be kind of wild. This is a bed. I love that this is a bed. We got the praying bench, but we've already got an animation for that. Sitting and reading a newspaper, typing. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Specifically a kid's desk, which means we can build a classroom. Very excited about building a classroom. Yeah, lots of cool animation markers. These are we got decoration cutouts that we can also use for that we can also set up for target practice. We got the boxing ring, which we can also set up for actual competitions. Training bags, hanging tires, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Locked door that can be locked and unlocked only by the player, which is nice. I just wish they had more variations of it, you know? I would use this. I just wish they had more variations. And all the terminals that come with everything. A container desk that I can place everything on. You know, just a bunch of cool stuff. A bunch of cool stuff. We got a bunch of decorations in here as well. Nah. I was gonna say maybe I replace those? No. Also got literally just water. Snappable water. Snappable water. Who needs snappable water? It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Looks pretty good, but you know, kind of crazy. We got some extras over here. Let's see. Do we have any? Oh, we've got several custom ones as well. Okay. I was looking to see if we had any you know, job ones. Maybe like cleaning, something like that. That'd be nice. But it seems we do not. It seems we do not. I was gonna say if we had a cleaning one, I could set up some cleaning ones over here to clean these floors, which always seem to be in very well kept condition. That's neither here nor there. Not a problem. Also, if I really wanted to and just have the dirt plot over here, I could probably just disable these now. And it wouldn't be a problem for the traders to come in. Whenever they eventually come in, because I know it took me forever to get traders here the first time. Ah. There we go. And I also did some renovations over at Croup Manor. in my free time yesterday and this morning because I just couldn't sleep. Yeah, so for Croup Manor, the renovations I went with, sorry. I went ahead and changed the wallpaper on all of the walls so that the interior, they've just got a clean white plaster, and the exterior, the blue is actually painted back on instead of chipping off. The floors are all clean wood floors. The only place that I didn't renovate is the basement, because I imagine the basement is going to be, you know, a little worn down anyway. Basements tend to be utility spaces. In one form or another. Sure, you've got like finished basements, but even in a finished basement, more often than not, there's a section of a finished basement that's just like a utility space. We just put things there, you know, whether it's storage or whatever. Yeah, so the only section I didn't modify was the entrance to the Croup Manor basement, or past my previous modifications. I've got lots of stuff in there. I'll do a tour of it eventually. I don't think I'm done with it. I don't think I'm done with it. Everything is functional right now, but I'd like to change around some things. Make it a little prettier. Clean it up a bit, you know? If we've got Codsworth needs to do his damn job. It should be in pristine condition. Okay, what do we want to do for this section back here? What do we actually want to do for this section back here? I'm thinking for now we're gonna store the tanks and the APCs. We're gonna rethink this space. Yeah, we're gonna rethink this space. Okay, so we've got Spectacle Island right over there. I think I'm gonna turn Spectacle Island into like a giant navy base or something. I don't know. Still thinking about it. I've not settled on anything. Don't take anything I've said about Spectacle Island at face value. I'm still working on it. Still in the planning stages for what I want to do for that. Like for Jamaica Plain, I want to turn that into a fully functioning, renovated town. Set up a whole structure there. You know, a whole governmental structure there. Make it look good. Make it look nice. For Spectacle Island, I have no idea what I'm going to do for Spectacle Island. It could be a variety of things. I could put a prison there. I could put a giant naval base. I could turn the entire island into a city. Have it a shining city in the bay. I don't know. I could do a variety of things. None of them have been settled. I am by no means set on a specific idea for Spectacle Island as of yet. If you guys watching this have any ideas for Spectacle Island, go ahead and let me know. Whether, you know, here on the live stream or in the VODs. Go ahead and leave a comment in the VOD for what you think or what you would like to see done with Spectacle Island. I will take it into account because I have not come up with an answer yet. I've not come up with an answer. I really am happy with what we've done here with the helipad. This is the one thing I don't think I'm gonna move. It took a lot of I like this term. It took a lot of finagling to get this just right here. I don't think I'm gonna do a whole lot more to mess with it. Let's see. What do I want this space back here to be? It's just kind of open space, and it feels too manufactured, you know? It feels too manufactured when it's just blank open space. This is the same sort of difficulty I have when I play Minecraft, when I do a lot of terraforming in Minecraft. If a structure isn't going to take up the entire massive space I've terraformed, I have to do something with that space. Otherwise, it feels manufactured. It feels fake. So what do I actually want to place here? It's not in... No, nothing in fixtures. Definitely nothing in fixtures. Would it be in miscellaneous? No. Maybe warehouse supplies? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can have a bunch of things that have been shipped from wherever. We've got the docks right next to it. We can have a bunch of things that have been shipped over to the castle that are sort of sitting out here in this back section. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. I'm gonna go ahead and have my character sleep through just to reset everybody's animations in case there's any trouble. I always look for the wrong entrance here. Always look for the wrong entrance. There we go. There we go. We'll wait until about 10:16 in the morning, because by 10 o'clock, every settlement, every settler should be at their positions by 10 o'clock. You know, I would argue by 8:30 or 9, but by 10 is when they tend to reset themselves. Yeah, you know where you're supposed to be. Well, this isn't a farm. And it's not a fam either. Yeah, okay. All right, so while I go ahead and ideate what I want to do with the that section just over there, I think. As I go ahead and ideate what I want to do with that, I've got a couple more things I want to add. Oh, rather over there. I've got a couple more things I want to add to the where is it? It's over here. Yes. Sorry, a couple more things I want to add to the base exchange. Nope, that's the commissary. Where the heck is the base exchange? It's not over here. That's the war room. That's the commissary. Okay, yeah, base exchange is over here. Wonderful. I'd like for you to do your job. You're never behind the counter. Get behind the counter. Okay, so the one thing I want to change in here, the one thing that I really want to add for each of my settlers in here, is I want to give them, I want to give each of them a set of scales, okay? For a large part of human history, for a very large part of human history, the price of something was determined by its weight. You know, the phrase "worth its weight in gold" comes from this idea. You would buy something, every precious metal. Or really every object. Say you were buying, 16 ounces of flour. Okay, you're buying 16 ounces of flour from a farmer. Yeah, you're buying 16 ounces of flour from a farmer. You would be paying the equivalent of that 16 ounces in terms of, you know, how the payment would be determined based off of the weight of the precious metal that you were using, which is why gold was one of the reasons, not the only reason. One of the reasons gold was so valuable is that gold is significantly heavier than silver or copper or bronze or really any other metal or alloy or composite that you would use to pay for things, which is why you would need fewer pieces of gold to pay for something than you would pieces of silver or pieces of bronze or copper or whatever you were using. Scales were a really good way of determining this. So what I want to do, I want to find it. I don't know where it is. It might be, I think it might be in the chemistry and medical section, right? It's down here? Yes. Yes. It says it's a lab scale, but it's a scale. What's important is that it's a scale. One of the ways... Oh, no! You're kidding me. Okay. We'll have to be smart about this then. One of the ways I want to be able to have have payments taken care of, at least just for the aesthetic, is to have some scales so that people can pay the equivalent weight of the object. There we go. Finally, it gets placed. Finally. Wonderful. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and place these on all three. We'll have scales. Ooh, and then I need to bring more. I need to bring some more magazines for. I need to bring some more magazines for this magazine stand. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to it. $78 units tall, maybe? Okay, 78 units tall. Interesting. Well, there you go. Little piece of extremely unnecessarily detailed trivia is that the the store countertops used for the Emporium level stores, the max level stores here, they are exactly 78 units tall. So if you're using console commands, you need to use exactly you need to raise it 78 units from the ground. If it's on level ground, of course. All these little bits of detail that no one in their right mind needs to worry about. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. It's the little things, man. It's the little things. It's the little things. Fallon's clothing definitely has the least to work with. And it sucks. It's got the least to work with, but it does. I gotta learn how to mod so I can make posters and make signs and make just aesthetic little bits. I gotta learn how to make a mod. Yeah, we went all out with the hardware, and I'm so happy with the way that the hardware turned out. It looks so good. Looks so good, man. And then, of course, military surplus over here. I like that we went with the U.S. Army training manuals, or the U.S. covert operations manuals. Excuse me. I'm very happy we went with that. That looks really good. But yeah, nice little space. Nice little space. Okay, we are officially just about halfway through the stream. We got a lot more done than I was expecting us to. So now we're gonna go ahead and, just test some ideas about turning this section into essentially a just like a big storage area. I'm reminded of the mission I recently, as in like 2 days ago, maybe a day and a half. I don't know. I didn't sleep last night, so it could have been a day and a half ago, maybe 2 days. The mission I did for the Brotherhood of Steel, where I had to figure out what was going on with all the logistics issues. Why was stuff disappearing? Well, I'm not gonna. Well, no, I have no problem spoiling the mission. It's a small side quest. It's a small faction side quest for a game that came out almost 9 years ago. I have no problem spoiling it. A bunch of food supplies kept going missing because one of the Brotherhood initiates who had suffered some traumatic events in taking the actual taking the airport there. He had gone and he had been stealing away. He worked in logistics and had been stealing away crates and crates of like prepackaged food. Useless stuff like cram. Nothing particularly valuable, but still, like logistically speaking, that's a lot of rations. To try and feed some feral ghouls to train them, because he doesn't want to have to kill more of them. His best friend was a non-feral ghoul, and when taking the airport, he had to mow down waves after waves. Like imagine World War Z, just waves of feral ghouls. But yeah, the logistics depot was a pretty cool looking space. I think I want to do something like that. Let me look up some inspiration here. Let me look up some cool inspiration here. If I can find any. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly what terms I would be looking for if I was looking for something. No, probably wouldn't be. Okay. Let me look for shipyards. Maybe shipyard is what I'm... No, shipyard is obviously just ships. It's in the name. It's in the name, genius. Maybe shipping container depot. Is that the term? I guess container depot works as a term. Okay. I mean, that's basically what I'm looking for. Yeah, I wanna build up a container, a bunch of containers over here. We're gonna be we're gonna have more containers than the frickin' Container Store, my man. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Also, I've been looking into mostly because I really enjoy looking into these things, but also, you know, it's always nice to plan for the future. I've been looking into different affordable ways to go ahead and you know, be able to afford my own home one day, whether that's a condo, condo, duplex, barn dominiums, container, shipping container style houses, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's interesting what's out there. Certainly a much larger variety out there today than there was, you know, 5 or 6 years ago. When I first started looking for this stuff, when I first got interested, it's nice. It's nice. Yes. Okay. So I've got some reference images up to my right, your guys' left. For, you know, shipping container depot stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and look for, I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and look for big shipping containers as an object. As a settlement object. I'm sure it's around here. Hey, that is a school bus in almost pristine condition. It's missing its tires, of course. Pretty solid condition, though. Can I get some in great condition? Maybe. There we go. Pre-war truck. Pre-war van. The Vault-Tec van specifically. Yeah, and then miscellaneous vehicles here. We got a combine, a big forklift, mega loader. I like this. The Stingray looks so cool, man. The Stingray just looks awesome. It just looks awesome. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know, but it certainly, it does look like a Stingray. It absolutely looks like a Stingray, and it looks so good. I really don't know how I feel about UFOs in the broader context of the Fallout games. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. What I will say in their favor is that the UFOs do have a very similar pulpy atom punk feel, you know, like a Flash Gordon, like all that kind of stuff. Got a similar feel to the games and to the larger aesthetic of the games themselves. It's just not really something I like seeing all that often. I don't think that this game series needs aliens to be relevant. I really don't. I don't know what game started that, but it's just like this is by no means a critique of, oh well, company A didn't do this and company B did this now. No, it's just I just don't like it. I just don't think that we need aliens in Fallout to make Fallout interesting. I don't think that's necessary. All right, I am looking for... Would it maybe be all the way in the actual structures section? It'd be so funny if it was actually in the structures section. Look at that! It's in the structures. Oh boy, okay. Let's see, we talking light blue or dark blue? I think we're talking dark blue. I think we're talking dark blue, because, you know, Minutemen stuff. Oh, geez, come on. I don't need you to snap to things, my man. Completely unnecessary. There we go. Excuse me? You've got a roof. I should be able to snap to the roof. These are shipping containers after all. Hmm. Oh, come on. There we go. Look at that. They do snap together. Whatever. Whatever. I want the blue ones though, man. I want the dark blue ones. Again, Minutemen aesthetic. You gotta go for the aesthetic. Now let's check out what the walls would look like. Go. Oh. I could have just gone for the closed ones. Whatever. Whatever. We're already doing this. We're already doing this. All right. Maybe we'll open that one up. Yeah, we'll open that one up, but we'll keep some others closed. We'll dead end a couple of them. But the idea, of course, is that they're basically just going to be closed. All right, you know, it would look good if we added more colors. It really would. It would just make more sense. We'll add more colors. Okay, I'll do more than just blue. I'll do more than just blue. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? You've... We'll throw some small ones in here. Why not? How? Okay, I guess you snap as well. Well, it's helpful. It's helpful that you snap. I am not going to argue when you place one perfectly in line with what I need you to, without any questions. Not gonna argue with that. Not really gonna argue with that one. Yeah, we're gonna replace that with, I think, a green, if we can. Yeah. Oi, come on. You should not be having trouble. If anyone should not be having trouble, it's you. How do you even open these kinds of crates? Are these just sealed? The whole thing that they're sealed and you have to, and once they're broken open, that's it? Just broken open? I don't know. All right. I don't want to block any of the turrets. I want to make sure they've still got a great line of sight for this zone. You know? I want to make sure that they're still good. Let's go back over to, was it Homemaker? Okay, but where's the base of the forklift, my man? Yeah, where did the base of the forklift go? I don't know. Got no idea what happened to the base. That's insane. Okay. Just an absolutely destroyed van. There's got to be somewhere else that I can find the vehicles, right? I'm sure there is. Decorations. Miscellaneous. I know we've got the Batmobile. The Batmobile looks... Oh, I mean, look, this is the one time that the Zack Snyder Batmobile... The Zack Snyder most things, but the Zack Snyder Batmobile actually makes sense in universe. You know? The apocalypse has happened. It actually fits. For once. Ooh, I like that. Big industrial cart. I like big industrial cart. How about we put something in the big industrial cart that the crane just offloaded? Yeah? How about we do that? Let's see how that looks. No? Okay. You want me to go back to... what is it? Homemaker? No, never mind. It's, yeah, it's in structures. You want me to go back into structures? Let's see. Would one of these fit in here? Ooh, close. No cigar. Close, but no cigar. Okay. Which means... Ooh, hold on, maybe? I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Hold on. Very, very sorry about this. Getting sidetracked. Okay. Nope, not Snappy Builds. Homemaker. Furniture. No, not furniture. Warehouse supplies. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for these. Man, why do all the blue ones have to be marked Vault-Tec? Why can't they just be blue? Why can't you just give me blue, man? Whatever. All right, this is gonna be chock full of munitions. This crate. There we go. That one is full of munitions. The next one is going to be a bunch of these nice silvery crates. Silver does look good. I just, you know. Silver does look good. I just really like blue. I'm sure that there's mods out there that provide pre-clutter spaces, or just like essentially prefab clutter. And I'm sure it looks good too, but it wouldn't be, it would not be very me to just have pre-designed clutter. Nah, that's not how I do things here. Now I do things here, or for really any of my big build projects in a game. I never go with pre-designed clutter. I clutter the hell out of things on my own, thank you very much. I should know how clutter works. I've got plenty of it myself. And then we'll just have a couple out here. Oh, if I could, I would hook one on that line there. In fact, let's just do that. Yeah. There we go. You don't have to fill the whole thing. Just be like, hey, we're loading more in. Nice. Okay, okay. We're filling the space out. We're filling the space out. Oof. Still got a lot to go, but it's being filled out. It is being filled out. Structures, it was vehicles, right? No, miscellaneous vehicles, yes. Oh man, come on. Give me one with a bunch, yeah, with a full set of tires, please. Might be in crappy condition, but at least it works. So the reason I'm doing this is that this should allow me to add on a trailer. Yes. I should be able to add on a trailer, yes. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. We can get it. We can get it. Okay, so what I wanted to, this whole thing, man, is just so that I can put, it's just so that I can go into wherever it is, industrial, I think. No, not industrial. Where was it? Was it in... Yes. Here we go. Way back. Where is it? Miscellaneous? Yep. All of this was so I could go like this. All of this was just so that I could put a big crate on here. Let's see, do we have an orange? We don't have a big orange. Ooh, but we also don't have a white crate. We'll go with a white crate. There we go. There we go. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was to do that. It took me, what, like, too long? Almost 10 minutes to find the right pieces? That's all I wanted to do. Also, you are not causing me problems, are you? No, you're not. You're not going to be causing me problems ever again. Okay. Could have sworn that wasn't a problem before, but maybe I was just blind. Well, am just blind. Okay, we're filling up the space. We're filling up the space and it doesn't feel too cluttered, which is important. If it felt too cluttered, it would feel artificial. You gotta balance all these things, man. You gotta balance all of it. Okay, bunch of big munitions crates. These are going to Ronnie's armory, as well as the castle, the basement underneath the castle. I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean. While that, as much as I would like it, the basement underneath the castle is not its own settlement territory. I wouldn't even put settlers down there. I would just use that as a place where I could build a bunch of like storage things. I just do that. Although maybe it would be helpful if I sent Ronnie down there. Imagine having her actually do her job once ever. If only. But yeah, the idea is that all this all this stuff is going into the basement underneath the castle, and then occasionally some of it will appear. Some of it will appear in the armory or the food crates, the silvery crates, the crates of, you know, consumable goods. Those will show up in the different shops or in the commissary. That's the idea anyway. Yeah, I know. Okay. What else do I want to do for this zone? What else do I want to do? We have to do something. We've got about 50 minutes left, and we've made some great progress today, man. Some amazing progress today. I really like that, man. I'm very happy about our chapel. The first Commonwealth Chapel. I think I'm sticking with the name. I really like the name. I think I'm sticking with it. First Commonwealth Chapel. Sorry, we keep getting super sidetracked by everything. Understandably so, because we've done a lot, and it all looks pretty good. And the castle looks so much different than it did back when I started. I can barely even picture what the castle used to look like. Wish I could change the... Or, well, I know that I can, I just don't know the command for changing the weather. It's looking good. It's looking good. Alright, maybe I'll put a couple of APCs in here now. We've got them. I can put them down. Might as well. How about I have them angled in their placement? That way, hopefully the door doesn't have any trouble dropping. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Still enough room for people to walk through the zone over here, but just enough room. You know? There we go. Go like that. Now the Brahmin should be able to feed out of the trough when time comes. And eventually someone shows up. Eventually. Yeah, I want to provide enough, like, as much space for the APC to exit as I can without it being too insane. You know, too wild, too massive of a space. Let me see, how much space does it need to exit? Can it exit? Ooh, it can. It can. It wouldn't be comfortable, but it can do it. Would it be more comfortable? Barely. Either way, Brahmin would have some trouble. Brahmin would have some trouble, you know? Not a massive problem. These are temporary structures anyway right here, you know? These are built to be easily fixed. I saw a really cool mod I considered installing, but then I decided against it because I don't want to have to do even more work to the castle's star corners. Really cool mod that replaced these old school mortar cannons with howitzers. Some really nice 110mm howitzers, which would have been hilarious. Are you kidding me? That would have been the funniest thing. It would have been the funniest thing. It's like, hey guys, I know that you, the Brotherhood of Steel, have power armor, but your blimp doesn't have guns, and we have howitzers. I don't know. It would have been very funny. But I would have to have built up this section basically all to this level, or rather, to this level, and it was just not something I wanted to do. I've spent so much time on this already. I'm happy with where it's at. Very happy with where it's at. If there's enough of an uproar in the comments and you guys really want the howitzer, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Let me know, and I'll consider it. I will. Your comments are top consideration for me. So the likelihood that I would actually implement the howitzer mod comes down entirely to you guys on the VOD. I did not intend for that to rhyme, and I'm not even gonna try to make it a thing. Alright. Do I want to do anything back here? I'm happy with the gun range, with the firing range, when it works. What's important is that it can work. And then back here we've got, yeah, look at that, we've got our Brahmin. He is the one thing that has continued to work ever since I fixed the feeding troughs. He's the one thing that hasn't broken. Big ups to the Brahmin being, you know, just awesome. Just great. So I guess this is my question about Brahmin. Do they have two independent brains? Do they have two independent brains? Do they now have like 4 stomachs or whatever? The twice as many stomachs as actual cows? Like, what's going on here? They've got massive and very malformed udders, which is how you know this is a Brahmin sow, not a Brahmin bull. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You would think that this head would be like, hey, it's my turn to eat food, but I guess not. I guess not, man. I guess not. Yeah, and if the APC is, if the space is wide enough for the APC to enter through, it's wide enough for the crane to enter through, and wide enough for the truck and the trailer and the forklift to enter through. The only thing that they'd have to worry about is wide turns, but you know, once you're down this straight, you're golden. You can exit pretty easily. That was by design. I wanted to not block off this road as much as I possibly could. Wanted to make sure that there was enough room for things to enter and exit as they needed to. And then I could also put some signs, you know, I could put a sign right up front here that's, again, once I figure out modding, I could put up a sign right there that's like, hey, the castle, or Fort Independence, because it's Fort Independence. Established blank blank, you know. Operated by the Minutemen, or whatever. There we go. Now they're not floating. Kind of an important detail that they don't be don't be floating. Okay. So yeah, vertibird lands here. Plenty of room for the vertibird to land. That's why the landing pad is so large. Plenty of room for them to land without issue. Got the APCs over here for troop movement. We've yeah, lots of supplies now. Very happy with all the supplies we've got. Very happy with how that looks. Now, if I was able to get that one ship mod that adds in the USS Constitution as a buildable object, I'd put that somewhere around here and have a bunch of crates on it. And other things as well, obviously, you know, cannons, a bunch of armaments, but crates especially. Crates especially. I don't know. I don't know. And then there was another mod that allowed me to, that had expanded the total reach of the castle across this entire lake or pond section, which would be absolutely wild, you know. I would definitely go through the trouble. 100%. This is totally me. I would go through the trouble of landscaping the entire interior of that pond, turning it into a big city. You know, it'd be a city that has a castle in it. All right, but I like where we're at. I like where we've hit so far. Let's do a little bit of decoration. You're thinking, well, what are we decorating? We're finally gonna get to the bunkhouse. Finally, we're decorating the interior of the bunkhouse. Also, when I mean refurbishing, I love the light. When I mean refurbishing Jamaica Plain, I brought this up way earlier. When I mean refurbishing Jamaica Plain, I mean doing something like this. Yeah, it's got all the old, worn-down brick, but we can go ahead and replace it with some nice stuff here. Make it structurally sound and a functioning little town, not city. You know, the scale of everything, but a functioning little town. It'd be nice. All right, we need some decorations for the bunkhouse or the barracks or whatever you're gonna call it. I'm going with bunkhouse. Only because that's what I used to call them. I used to call them bunkhouses alpha and beta. Let's look at some inspiration for a bunkhouse. Let's look at some visual inspiration here. I mean, they're supposed to be Spartan environments. They're not supposed to be particularly, you know, they're not supposed to be particularly fancy. Especially, you know, at military installations, they're supposed to be as Spartan as they can get. So it's not like we need to do a lot of extra decorating here. Trying to think. Okay, so the Soul Survivor, specifically Nate, if we're talking Nate or Nora, specifically Nate, he would 100% he would be extremely valuable in as well as the Brotherhood of Steel. You know, if you can ally with them and the Minutemen, they would be extremely valuable resources for military tactics and training up an armed force, a local armed force. They'd be extremely valuable resources for how to do that. But you gotta wonder which military regulations would the protagonist be like, you know, we don't need to do that. You know, we don't need to do X, Y, or Z. You know, you can have your own little decorated spaces inside the bunkhouse. You can do whatever. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how strict would they be about this? How strict specifically would the Soul Survivor be about this? Would he care? Would he care if there's decorations inside of the bunkhouse? Is that something that would be, you know, a bother to him? I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to say that it wouldn't, but I can't say for sure. I cannot say for sure. Okay, well that's helpful. An actual military barracks. You know? Why didn't I think of that? Okay. If there's one thing we are missing, if there is one thing we're missing standing lockers, which isn't hard. That would be furniture, containers, storage, and then just down here. Yeah. If there's anything we're missing, it's these. Sure, they've got their little lock boxes. They're foot lockers, but that's not the same thing. Alright, so we need a little bit of space. Alright, now do the same over here, because every other space is a wider space than these right here. We'll go one there and one there, because we do not want to block the windows. It's the only natural light we get in this building. We do not want to block those if we can help it. That was weird. Anyway, let's get back to it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is what the space was missing. It doesn't need a whole bunch, you know, it doesn't need posters, it doesn't need all kinds of other stuff. This is what it was missing was just something to against the walls so it's not so blank and stark white. That's all it was missing. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks good. It looks good. I'm happy with it. Got about half an hour left for the night. We've gotten so much done. It feels good to actually get a lot done in this process. It's rare that this stream will get more than one thing done, if that one thing done. Maybe that is my own inefficiencies. I'm not gonna you know, I'm not gonna say it isn't. It probably is my own inefficiencies with some of this stuff, and to be completely honest. But I'm doing it to the best of my ability. Hopefully it works. You know, hopefully it's not bad. Awesome. It's gonna make lining this wall so much easier. So much easier. All right, 3 more sections. 3 more sections. Then we'll move on to the upstairs section, which will be a little bit more difficult to decorate. Only because we don't have the super high ceilings to work with. We don't have the nice 8 or 9 foot ceilings. I want to say they're 8 foot, right? If the doorway... Let's see. So my character is 6 feet tall. The doorway is about 7 or 8 feet tall. So yeah, 10 foot ceilings, as opposed to what we've got up here. we've got you know, 5'10" ceilings there, and long. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. All right. That was a mistake. I should never have exited the space. I could have just waited. I could have just waited. We were so close to being done, but now it's going to take 5 years to open up the settlement menu. Or rather, the build menu. There we go. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. We've got more lockers than we do bed spaces here. 4, 8, 12, 24, 28. Yeah, we've definitely got more lockers than we have bed spaces on this floor. Oof. So, like, it's not impossible for me to place these things here. It's just not a great idea. Because look at how far out that goes. That looks bad. Ooh, that's a cool looking wall safe. Hold on. Let me look at that. Yeah, that looks nice. I'll have to use that in something. I'll have to use that in something at some point. Also, the hollowed out rocks. Absolutely kino, man. These hollowed out rocks, they're so nice. They're so nice. Yeah, we can go like that and actually just store things in the hollowed out. It's so good. It's so good, man. I love dead drops. The dead drop storage is really nice. All right, what about something in the no? Would it be home that has something that would look not terrible? I don't know. Hopefully. I don't know. This upstairs space with the single beds instead of the bunk beds. This is for like officers and stuff. I don't know the exact terminology. Again, I was not in the military. I couldn't tell you, but this is supposed to be the upstairs is supposed to be the nicer space. You know. That's what I'm getting at here. The upstairs is supposed to be nicer. Yeah, that's the trouble with placing the clean dressers. But that'll do. Oh, that'll do very nicely. we'll work on this wall first, because this one's going to be a little bit more wonky, and how I figure out what the actual spacing is going to be like, and how much space we have to put these clean dressers. And then something for this one as well. Do we need this bed? I mean, someone's in this bed, so I don't want to delete the bed. I don't know who's in the bed, and I don't want to have to reset them to that bed instead of trying to steal the war room bed. We've got enough time. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Alright, let's take care of this one as well. It starts getting a bit weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're good. 1, 2. It's in here that it becomes an issue. Yeah, right in there, it starts to become a problem. We'll see. No, it wasn't. I didn't mean Z minus 115. I meant Y minus 115. Is that about it? Ooh. Ooh, that's about as close as I'm gonna get, isn't it? 14, 13, 12. Yeah, we'll go Z minus 112, just to be safe. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Okay, we got it. Nice. Alright, so I'll put one more over here. Oh boy. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, that should be just enough room for me to fit 2 more of these containers. Yes, it is. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Okay, and we gotta figure out something to do with this guy. Something to do with this guy. I think we'll just move the bed over. You know, I think we'll just... Well, no, I can't, can I? I can't just move the bed over because I don't know which side they enter the bed from, do I? I mean, it shouldn't make a whole ton of difference. They should be smart enough... Well, I say this. They should be smart enough to path to either side. So I'm just gonna move them over this way. Nice. Okay, we got about 9 minutes. How much time do we have to decorate some of this space up here? Space just for the higher ranking Minutemen stationed here. I don't think we've got much time, do we? No, we don't. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sleep till about 5 in the morning. Hope that everyone gets in their beds. Maybe 4 in the morning? Okay, everyone's in their beds? Hey, okay, everyone's in their beds. Okay, good. Good. Everybody is in their beds. Okay, well, almost everyone's in their beds. Everyone who can be in their beds, they're in their beds. And what I mean by can be in their beds is quite simply, six people will never be in their beds because they're either standing at the mortars, or they're operating the radio. And Strong can't be in a bed, and Paladin Dance, who I sent here to the castle, he also can't be in a bed. And then we've got a couple dudes they're just wandering around. So everyone who can be in a bed, they're in a bed. Which is exactly what I wanted to see. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. There we go. We'll go 10 a.m. because everyone should be back at their jobs at 10 a.m. And... hey, wonderful. Wonderful. No one's in here. That's what matters. No one is in this space. Someone's at the firing range. Good. Good, you're doing your job. There's 2 people at the firing range? No way. No way. Oh, you're doing your jobs. Oh, beautiful. Come on. There we go. Wonderful. You guys are doing your jobs. That's all I wanted. All I ever wanted was for you guys to do your jobs. And your jobs are to sit there and actually figure out how guns work, okay? You guys need to shoot and hit your targets. Look at how you guys are horrible shots. Horrendous shots, my man. What's going on? What is going on, buddy? Why? Station number 6? You're supposed to be hitting this one, not that one. Whatever. Clearly, you're just bad at shooting things. Okay, we need to go and defend Croup Manor. Which basically means I need to show up, make sure that they just don't destroy my laser turrets, and then we're good. But I think we've done everything for the day. I think we've gotten a lot more done than I thought we would, that's for sure. I expected that we'd get the graveyard done. I just didn't expect it to take an hour. But I also wasn't expecting us to have 2 hours of figure it out, man. Oi. All right, we've not received the notification that Croup Manor is safe yet. There we go, that's why. Oh. There we go. Perfect. There. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. We're safe. We're safe. Okay. I'm not gonna give a tour of Croup Manor. I'm still working on it. It's my player home. I'm gonna take a lot of extra time to work on that. But let's go ahead and just do a tentative walkthrough of the castle. I want to see. I want to see how it's turned out. You know. I want to see what we've got. Because I'm very happy with what we've got so far. Very happy with what we've got so far. I just want to make sure that, well, I just want to see how it looks as we walk through it. We're not going to jump into free cam or anything. We're just going to walk it, see what it's like. The goal for each of these settlements is that at the end of, once I've finished what I think is, what I think is a really good, a really good stopping point for each of these settlements, I'm gonna do a little bit of a video. Ooh, hello. Let's make it not in the middle of the night. It shouldn't really. That's okay. Fair enough. That's quite the distance, but really, that it shouldn't be horrendously. It shouldn't be a horrendous amount of time. All right, we'll wait until 10:42 the next morning. Okay. Okay, well, let's do a walking tour. Let's do a walking tour of what we've got so far. It'll be a nice way to end off the stream. We're at just about 3 hours here. We're about 2 hours we're about 20 seconds away from 3 hours. Here's what we got so far. When you oh man, it's kind of crazy. All right, we'll round the bend here. Yes. So we got the Pridwin. If you were just walking down, this is the first thing you'd see of the castle. Is the first Commonwealth Chapel, I guess. I mean, that's the first thing that jumped out to me. Yeah, you've got Veteran Village over there, but the first thing that jumped out to me was by far the chapel here. Looks great. All right, let's go ahead and because it's on this side here, check out what we've got so far here with Veteran Village. We've got Father Daniel's space over here, where he spends his nights printing and working on printing new copies of the Holy Bible, Wasteland Edition. And there he is, gutting a bunch of fish. The whole Fishers of Men bit. And then we've got a whole bunch of these cabin spaces, unique in their design in each space. I'm very happy that I managed to get each of them to be a unique individual design, and that they're not all just copy pastes of each other. It took a lot of work. Nice little Minuteman statue here. Well, not technically a Minuteman statue. This is, I guess this would be the general statue. I don't know. We got another one over here. honestly, the least decorated, and by design, the least decorated of the veteran village cabins is Father Daniel's cabin over here, because well, this is like his entire schedule is either, you know, dealing with the fish as a fisherman, one of the food sources for the castle, or he's spending his free time doing this if he's not, you know, if he's not at the chapel. There we go. Yep, I'm genuinely very excited about the amount of detail I've been able to put into all these spaces. We don't have enough time to just sort of sit and talk about each individual space right now, which is fine. Which is perfectly fine. I'll do a whole video on that. But I want to do just a little bit of a walkthrough for what we've currently got going on. So over here, before we have to enter into the castle itself and we have to drop off weapons, here we have the first Commonwealth Chapel. I really do enjoy that name. I'm sticking with it. And this is what it... Oh, man! Oh, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is amazing. It completely changes the moment you walk in. And we're far enough away from the... We're, like, just barely far enough away from the turrets that we don't have to hear them. Like, they're going here. You can hear them. They're doing their thing. They're clicking away. It's peace and quiet over here. Exactly the right atmosphere I'm looking for. Ah, so nice. So nice. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite building. Especially just for that little bit, you know? Just for that alone. Ah, I'm very happy with this. I can't stop smiling about it. It's really nice. It's really nice. I'm glad it worked out. I did go back and rearrange. I didn't reorder the paintings. I just adjusted their height so that the height matched, and that the wall sconces or the candelabras were placed in the right positions on all the walls. Yeah, we're good. Now here we've got the graveyard. Ooh, hey, Paladin Dance. You checking out our graveyard here, my man? You figuring things out? I get that. I get that. Pondering life's many questions. I understand, especially given, you know, well, I won't spoil that. Who knows? Someone could be watching this who's never played Fallout 4. And it's a faction quest, but it's a larger faction quest. I'm not gonna... You know, it's a more important faction quest than... oh, ghouls. Alright. So it makes sense. It makes sense that... Yeah, I was just making sure that the feeding troughs being off wasn't a problem of mine. It's because the wall... the angle of this wall is a different angle than we've got here. So yeah, it's gonna be like that. Okay. Sorry. I jumped ahead. So if we're not here to visit the chapel, to go any further into the castle, we have to drop off. If we're visitors and we don't have our proper paperwork, we have to drop off our weapons and armor here at this weapons vendor, which I want to see. Yeah, I want to see what do you actually have in your inventory? Anything good? Anything particularly good? That's not your name. Your name is Settler. Whatever. All right, what do you have in your weapons section? Hey, it's actually pretty good. I'm glad you've got some of the modded weapons in your inventory. I like it. I like seeing it. Always nice to see. Oh, I'll take your ninja smoke bomb. Thank you. I don't find too many of those. got a lot of gear. Okay. It's a lot of gear. All right, and a bunch of ammo as well. I'm good on the ammo. I'll just take that. Ooh, what I was gonna do, I haven't done this, but I keep forgetting to do this. What I want to do, I'm gonna go ahead and invest 500 caps. There we go. Really make sure that you've got some you've got some good stock next time around. Okay, so yeah, you drop off your weapons for a nominal 10 cap fee, which sounds like a lot for a lot of people, but honestly, why are you walking up to the castle if you're not prepared to deal with paperwork and a lot of military stuff? So we could enter the front gates of the castle. I think I'm gonna tour the exterior first. We've got sections for traveling caravans, and the caravan guards do have their paperwork in order because they have to in order to trade here, and they want to trade here because it is literally the castle. We've got a few Minutemen APCs, and we've got some utility vehicles here, helping with shipments of various items, whether it's consumables or munitions or whatever else is here. We've got the docks below, the whole way across. Over here we got the firing range, and nobody is standing at the firing range. What's your deal? You should be here. You should be standing at the firing range. Anyway, we'll come down here. From down here we can access the entire length of the docks, or we could go out and around the entire settlement, but that's not really fun. Having to go outside the borders of the settlement for this. Yeah, you can access the docks from down here, or you can come up here and feed our settlement Brahmin. Gotta love, sorry, my ears are very itchy, Has that ever happened to you guys? Like, it's not, like, you don't feel like, oh, I need to clean out my ears. No, it just gets itchy. Like, right at the border between actually sticking your finger into your ear and not. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and maybe I'm weird. I would be willing to bet that's probably it. But yeah, there we go. Our lonely little Brahmin. We should see if we can get a second one so that they've at least got a friend. I'm sure there's a mod out there that adds in other settlement animals. Chickens, sheep, something. I don't know. There's got to be a mod for it. So if instead we come back up this way, we head back around. We actually head into the castle itself. We got another one of those awesome statues. Gotta love the rad scrubbers that we can turn on and off. But of course, we have the material to spare. We'll just keep them on. And the interior is the interior courtyard is looking particularly sparse now. We've got a lot of room and not a lot of inspiration. So we've got the comms bunker over here with the big tower, and just cutting through the thing. No, I'm good, Paladin. We're good. Don't worry. We got some communications gear. We got the audio engineering booth, and then I'll tour left around. Yeah, that'll work. I'll tour left around. So first things first, of course, we've got the armory back here, which for no good reason, Ronnie is not stationed at the armory. She should be, or she should be somewhere else. Then we've got the base exchange, which again, yeah, howdy. You should be at your post. Very proud of the base exchange. I think we did lots of good work, and I remember how infuriating it was to get you to just stand here and do your job. while we're here.
Hey there.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and invest 500 caps.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
I'm sure you do.
Hey, looking to buy. Let's see what you've got.
Great.
Our number one junk dealer. Lots of shipments. Oh boy, he's got lots of shipments. That's nice. That's really helpful. Okay.
Hi.
Step right up. All the clothing fit to wear.
Let's see what you have.
Here's what I've got.
Ooh, an American Regulars uniform. Those are actually a little difficult to get. Lots of different outfits. Some of them not great. Some of them not great. That's okay. That's why we can invest. That is why we can invest. So that's the base exchange. We head out this way. We've got the bathroom stalls and the showers. There we go. Who is using the shower? who is who is using one of the showers? Okay, whatever. But yeah, we got bathroom stalls and we got showers. This is a military base, and this is the apocalypse. I don't think anyone's really paying attention to who's in what bathroom. It's the apocalypse, not the biggest deal in the world. Heading next, before we enter the commissary, of course, we have our stockades for you know, just mostly for fun, really. They're just here because it's funny, but also, you know, in case there's any problems here, depending on the crime committed. And we got the commissary, which we should go ahead and decorate the commissary soon. I like it. We could also put up some posters, and we could have a couple more things going on here. We could definitely have a couple more things going on here, but I'm happy with what we got. It's not super cluttered. It doesn't need to be super cluttered. It just needs to function. And past the commissary here, we have a bit of a rec room set up here. A little bit of a rec room set up. We've got the pommel horse to go ahead and become very agile and flexible, and then we've got just some bench presses, or rather a weight bench to perform bench presses. You can tell I clearly go to the gym. Yeah, a little bit of a rec room set up here. And then next to that, we've got the war room. Not the show on Alex Jones's website. The war room, as in the command room. This is also the bedroom for the general, or for whoever the highest ranking officer is on base. So, you know, this would be Preston's bedroom until I, the general, came and stayed, and then I would have this, and he would have his own separate space. He would temporarily take up residence in the top floor of the bunkhouse. But it's got a bunch of stuff here. It's got your dress blues. It's got the Minutemen dress blues, or rather the officer's uniform, but you know, same difference. Minutemen dress blues. I like it. It's got the Minutemen marksman rifle, which is just a really well modded M1 Garand or Garand, wherever you're from. We've got a cabinet, which I forgot that thing spawned, like actually did spawn some things in it, and I think it's hilarious that it spawned a whiskey. Got a TV, some cigars. I imagine Preston's probably a cigar smoker. You know, he's got the aesthetic. I could totally see him being a cigar smoker. Anyway, we've got a beautiful Deathclaw steak here. Just a beautiful looking Deathclaw steak, some Nuka cherry, the most recent issue of Public Occurrences, whatever that happens to be. In here is, you know, where I store all of the Minutemen outfits currently. I need somewhere better to store it, but that's where I store them currently. We've got two different sets of dressers. Again, if the general visits, he needs somewhere to put his clothes temporarily. And if he brings, if I bring one of my companions, namely if I bring Nora, because I have the mod where Nora survives, then we need a bedroom. Then we've got a little bit of a fridge here to fridge and cryolator to store some cooler stuff, again, like these drinks. And then we've got 3 very well preserved copies of the Bible. We've got the Eli edition. This is, if I remember correctly, yeah. There we go. If you want to go ahead and read that, go ahead. And then we've got the 1611 King James version, which would be the original language version of the King James version. I like the King James Bible. I think that mechanically it is a feat of it deserves to be a historical document just based on like how difficult it would have been to achieve at the time. King James, who was by no means a righteous man, but is remembered as a righteous man for having produced the King James Bible. King James basically told all of the clergy in like all of the highest clergy in England at the time, hey, I want to make sure that England stays Protestant, and to do that, we're going to produce a Bible in the English language. We're going to produce a Protestant Bible in the English language. Go ahead, and I want you guys to get together and create the best translation into English that you possibly can. And so all the highest clergy in the land came together and was like, okay, who here knows Greek and Hebrew and Aramaic, and some Latin, because, depending on what resources they had available at the time. And so they divided themselves into all these groups. They went ahead and found as many historical documents as they possibly could, of course with the consent of the king, and not just the consent, but the full support of the king in doing this, which meant they had plenty of funding to go and find the resources they didn't already have. And they compiled the not the first English Bible, but in terms of the mechanics of the English Bible, one of the best English Bibles. For those of you like myself who are part of the faith, who are Christians, there's often the question of, okay, well, what biblical translation is the best one? The answer is, first, if you're Catholic or Orthodox, a Catholic or Orthodox translation, because you guys have extra books that we don't, and I'm doing a lot of research into why that is the case, but that's for another day entirely. But if you are Protestant like myself, any translation that is a word-for-word translation, not a thought-for-thought translation. The difference is that a word-for-word translation is going to directly translate what does this word in this language mean. That is the word translated into English that we are putting into this book. We are not trying to mince words here. In comparison, if you go for a thought-for-thought translation, you are assuming that you know what the author of that specific book of the Bible was thinking at the time that they were writing it. You are taking on a whole lot more responsibility and a whole lot more power than is necessarily directed towards you. So go for a word-for-word translation, because thought-for-thought translations can get kind of wacky and very unscriptural. So go for that. And then I like the Wasteland edition. I do enjoy the Wasteland edition because while it's the Wasteland edition is based off of the 1769, but what they do have is they have certain misspellings they have certain misspellings in here that make perfect sense. Like it doesn't change the content of what is being spoken. It just changes the way things are spelled, which is awesome, because that's totally something that would happen in the Wasteland. Not everyone's going to have a particularly in-depth linguistic education. So of course things are going to be misspelled. I like it. It's really cool. It's really cool. Sorry, I spent a lot of extra time on that, and we're going longer than we necessarily are supposed to. So, the last thing we've got in the war room over here is a set of T-60 Minutemen power armor, which was a gift from the Brotherhood as a show of good faith and unity. This T-60. It's not the only set of power armor. It's not the only set of Minutemen power armor out there. This one just happens to be very, very historically relevant, and very, very functional as well. But very historically relevant to the merging of the two groups, as it were. Now, next to the war room, we have the medical center, which is just called the medical center. What's going on? I'll fix that later. That's not the important bit. Right next to the war room is where life-saving surgeries are performed. This is important because the idea is that whoever is stationed in here, whoever the highest officer here at the castle is at the given moment, should always remember the sacrifices that it takes to actually perform as a Minuteman. They should never get too comfortable and, too big for their britches, as it were. But we've got a surgeon, and we've got your traditional doctor vendor over here. Let's go ahead and invest in you as well. There we go. And then right across the way from the medical center, you've got the barber shop. Two barbers, One of them, I mean, this is very self-explanatory. We have a barber and we have a hairdresser. It's called a barber shop because barber shop is just a cool name in comparison to salon. I don't know. I think barber shop is just a cooler name. But yeah, we've got a barber and we've got a hairdresser. Wild guess as to who's who. But they both operate as actual barbers. These both count as barbershops for the settlement, so you can get your hair cut just as the surgeon can change the way you look. And then over here, I haven't assigned anyone to it because I just haven't, and we don't have many settlers coming in naturally right now. This is the surveillance room, the massive surveillance room with cameras set up all around the castle, as well as the actual communications room. And from here, comms are sent over to the Minuteman radio for alerts, updates, all that kind of stuff. And the last section before we go up to the battlements, we've got the workshop over here. Not a whole lot of stuff has gone on. Again, second set of T-60 Minutemen power armor, a gift from the Brotherhood. Lots of different workstations. I particularly like the ammo workbench. Looks really good. The ammo workbench looks really good. And then just across the way from the workshop, we've got the holding cells. I understand, Strong. I understand. You're right, but I have to do walking and talking right now. So yeah, we've got holding cells for particularly high risk prisoners, or particularly high risk prisoners aren't going to be held here at the castle. This is more of a these holding cells are more of, more of a temporary scenario if they're being held waiting for trial or waiting to be transported to another location. Say they're on a long march from, I don't know, say they're on a long march from Sanctuary over to Spectacle Island. Just pretending that Spectacle Island is the prison island. Say they're on a long march from Sanctuary over to Spectacle Island. If it's nighttime when if it's nighttime when, whoever's marching them over here reaches the castle, they've got holding cells for them. That's what I'm trying to get at. In here, this is our laundry cubby. This is our little laundry cubby over here, as well as a bunch of extra cleaning supplies and fire extinguishers, Mr. Handy fuel for the different vehicles because it's just fuel. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff in there. Okay, so now we're almost done. We're gonna head on up to the battlements. Hey, Preston. Thanks, man. He and I are both carrying the Minutemen service rifle, except both of ours have the suppressors and extended mags. Thanks, bud. So on each of the 5 points of the Star Fort, we have, of course, as everyone does, anyone who plays this game, everyone puts up 5 mortars at the castle. Everyone puts up 5 mortars at the castle if they play the Minutemen. That's just what you do. It's what you do, man. That's how it goes. It's what you do. So yes, on all 5, we've got them stationed, and you can look around the entire castle structure at this point. I still love how imposing that looks. That's nice. And then previously down below, where we did have the planters, they're now up here on the battlements because 1, I wanted more space down there to build other things that I still haven't gone and actually built. I'm still figuring out what that's going to be. And 2, it's just, we've got actual space to do this up here now. Why not build more things up here? We need more things to build up here. I don't know what that's going to be, but we need more things to build up here. And then rounding the corner of the last of the mortars, we've got the bunkhouse. Hey, what you doing up here? You're not gonna answer me? Okay, you're going in the stockades later. Anyway, we've got the bunkhouse. Lower level of the bunkhouse is for all of the standard Minutemen who are stationed here. The standard Minutemen as well as the doctors. They're all stationed here because the doctors are Minutemen who happen to be trained in medicine. And then the upper level is for officers who are stationed here. If Ronnie Shaw ever took a day off, which she doesn't, but if Ronnie Shaw ever took a day off, she'd have a space up here. And that's about everything. That is just about everything we've got so far. I'm very proud of what we've got. It looks nice. It looks pretty darn good. Also, let me know in the comments if you think that Paladin Dance sounds like George Clooney. Now that I've said it, you're not going to be able to unhear it. Now let's go and grab ourselves a good screenshot for the day. All right. And I think that's all. That's definitely all the time I have for today. I went way, way over time. Way over time. It is 8 p.m. currently, and it's going to take me forever to get this thing handled. But thank you all so much for watching. This has been a whole lot of fun for me. I hope it's been as much fun for you guys as it has been for me. We've made so much progress with the castle. I'm sure there's a lot more we can do. I just don't know what else we're going to do for now. So, unless I think of something before tomorrow, we might be switching settlements. I don't know. Stay tuned. Figure it out. Join me. Thank you all so much for watching. It means the world that you guys would watch. If you guys have been watching live, you can watch the entire VOD as well as all of the other episodes up until this point of the Fallout 4 settlement builds for the castle on my VOD channel on YouTube, CN Games. Now, if you're watching on the VODs, on the VOD channel, you already know this because you guys are awesome and have been very receptive to the Fallout series. So thank you guys very much. And you guys already know this. Links to everything are in the description of each and every single VOD. So if you want to go ahead and check out my other channels, you can subscribe to them there. You can follow me here on Kick. You can check out my socials, and there's a bunch of other links to a bunch of other stuff down there in the description. I'm not going to sit here and beg you guys to do something, but every little bit does help. Every little bit does help. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, approximately the same bat time, definitely the same bat channel. All right. Have a good one.